The Trash Talk Tailgate.
Strong right slot, Z right. Spider 2 wide banana seal. You're going to call it like it's your favorite play you've ever gotten in your life.
What up, everybody? It's your boy, Riley Puddin' Peters. With me, as always, I've got the doctor, defensive backs quality control coach, Preston Rowe. And on this episode of the Trash Talk Tailgate, we're going to talk about the Baltimore Ravens versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. A rematch, or not a rematch, sorry, a game of one of the most underestimated teams coming into the playoffs. I mean, after this game, which they won, spoiler alert, the Baltimore Ravens are 11-3, and most analysts, people talking about it, talking heads that chime in on football, no one's talking about how dangerous the Ravens are. But yet, here we are. They're looking like the number one seed in the AFC, and I mean, they can schmoove on anybody, dude. This is like not a pancake Jacksonville Jaguars team.
I mean, they haven't looked good, dude. I mean, they're not good at home. They're 3-5 at home. Like, I don't think they're the juggernaut that a lot of people potentially thought they might be.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not calling them a juggernaut. I'm just saying they're not a pancake team. Like, you're not just gonna walk in there and beat them.
They're a good team. I don't know if they're a great team. Yeah. No,
for sure. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. They're a good team. And Baltimore are a fucking trance, dude. I mean, really, honestly, like, the final score of this one is 23-7. Yep. Once again, spoiler alerts. But, I mean, overall, like, it really felt like for most of the game, the Ravens were just calm, cool, and collective, dude. They were just playing.
Really, man, we talk about this all the time. You know, you kind of a football team, especially this time of year, you know, in December going into a playoff push, a team starts to take the identity of its leader, and Lamar Jackson is like undoubtedly the leader of this team. And if you watch him, you know, after games, in press conferences, he's always just like, oh, you know, I don't really care about individual stats. You know, I'm just trying to win. You know, that's all that matters is winning. And, you know, I mean, they're not. They're probably, you could argue they're not the flashiest team, even though they have Lamar, but they just win, dude. They just find ways to win. And this game was impressive because they went on the road to a good Jacksonville team with sunshine and just kind of smacked them. I mean,
held them to a touchdown. This Jaguars offense has been relatively potent all season. So keeping them to only a touchdown, I think, is big. I think the big thing for me, and this is the Ravens' identity, and it's good to see them, hit stride, not just hit form, hit stride. This game, they went for 42 carries and 251 yards rushing as a team. Those are
6
stats.
yards a carry,
in the NFL. 6 yards even, 251 in the NFL, dude. That's crazy. Like, they show up and they show out in the run game right now. I mean, Lamar Jackson, 12 carries for 97 yards. This is the identity of the Ravens. They have a quarterback that can do whatever it takes to win and will do whatever it takes to win. And usually if your quarterback is your leading rusher, that's a bad thing. But I think for this Ravens squad, when Lamar Jackson's running and throwing, they're one of the hardest teams to stop in the league.
I mean, yeah, I agree with that, dude. I mean, they have receivers now.
I mean, the only worry is he's getting hurt.
You know, I mean, dude, you know, Mark Andrews is really their big injury, although Keaton Mitchell kind of, you know, who's kind of become a really good player for them the last few weeks. Keaton Mitchell, he's very explosive. It looked like he had a serious knee injury. You know, I'm pretty sure he's going to be out for significant time. But, dude, I mean, Mark Andrews is really before the Keaton Mitchell injury, he was really their only big injury as a team. And Isaiah Likely, their backup tight end, 5 catches for 70 yards and a touchdown. He's really stepped up in Mark Andrews' absence. Yeah. Dude, it's crazy, dude. we talk about it all the time. The Ravens have been one of the most decimated teams by injury the last few years. And it's really crazy how good they are when they're healthy. Like when they're relatively fully healthy, you know? Like,
yeah, when they don't have to go through 3 strings of quarterbacks, you know, like 3 or 4 running backs, a couple wide receivers, whole handful of offensive linemen. It's not even starting on the defense.
Last year, their secondary was decimated. It's crazy how good this team is and how well coached this team is. I think John Harbaugh, you know, is one of the best coaches in the league.
You think he steals signs? Anyways,
whatever.
Let's keep going. Like brother. Anyways, this is. I mean, and if you ever want to know how much injuries can affect a team, I think let's just look at the Ravens the past few years compared to like Lamar Jackson's rookie year and then this year. Like if you look at like the in between and you see like how much injuries do to a team, like it's the book, it's the textbook on it, man. They're such a dominant team when they're fully together and rolling. It's impressive. I mean, imagine if they had Mark Andrews right now too. I mean, it would only be better, I think.
I mean, Mark Andrews is one of the best tight ends in the league, and you know, but Isaiah Likely, like I said, he stepped up for them. I mean, and they've given him receivers. You've got Zay Flowers, you've got Odell Beckham, you know, Nelson Aguilar as well. Like, you've given him receivers, and I just really think that this Ravens team, no one's really talking about them for the most part. But they just continue to win. And if they can stay healthy, because with them, that's always the big caveat. If they can stay healthy, which they've failed to do so the last few years, they're a serious Super Bowl contender, in my opinion. If Lamar Jackson continues to play like this, and continues to play efficiently, I mean, 14 to 24 for 171 yards. He had a touchdown, also threw an interception. But I mean, dude, that's efficiency, you know? And when you can run the ball for 250 yards, you don't need to throw the ball that much.
You're not throwing much. Yeah.
So, on the flip side, dude, are you concerned about the Jaguars?
I'm not super concerned. I know they're on a little bit of a skid right now, but I mean, this week they went against the Ravens, who look like one of the best teams in the league by far. Last week, Sunshine kind of went down for like a quarter of like the game. Not like an actual quarter, but like a legit quarter. It was like in between two. Anyways, so you know that, I mean, without Sunshine, this team is not the same.
But dude, they've 100%. Lost 3 straight games, and they've all been to AFC teams.
Yeah,
they lost to the Bengals, they lost at the Browns, and they lost at home to the Ravens. And so, I mean, the
AFC
is dirty right now. The AFC is just stupid.
Yeah, it's just wild. The playoff picture,
especially in that
division, is crazy. You know, all they got to do, so I just, you know, they just got to come out and, I mean, they definitely need to win out. I think, I think they have to win out. I don't think there's a think on that. I'm pretty sure they need to win out, or at least win 2 out.
I mean,
they're
at the Bucs
to put themselves in a good position.
Because the Buccaneers are playing well. Then they play,
especially at home.
Then they play a home game versus the Panthers. Y'all should win that. Y'all should absolutely win that game.
Yeah, that's a sketchy
you're at the
should.
Titans. The Titans have had a down year, obviously, but
no, but they've been looking good the past few weeks. But I think the Jaguars always kind of match up well. I don't know what was there before I speak here. You know, before you talk, let's just one check. But I mean, the Ravens, though, while I check this one thing, I just want to say, like, this game, the Ravens are just a great team. Last week we had, a hurt Sunshine that we had to deal with. So now it's, that's what I thought. All right. I mean, the Titans are, like, the team that I really trust the Jaguars in that stretch. The Panthers, I don't know why. That team just, I know they're not great. They're 2-11 right now after winning this week. But, like, I don't know. That's the kind of squad that you just, like, you're like, all right, look at me, guys. Everyone look at me right now. We need to beat them. We can't fuck this up. But in the Buccaneers, I think they'll also match up pretty well. I kind of see a shootout in that one. Like, it's either going to be like 10 to 3 or 10-0, or like fucking 35 to fucking 28.
Yeah.
It's really, it really is. That one's going to be an iffy one. So, they have, in my mind, they have a solid schedule to win out with. It's not going to be easy, but if they can do it, they're going to have some strong momentum going into the postseason. I really think that. Like, they got enough. I mean, obviously the Panthers are the easy team, quote unquote, looking in there. But like, besides that, the Buccaneers, that's gonna, if they can go out and beat the Buccaneers, that's a good bit of confidence. Roll that in the Panthers. If they can do a good job, get a lot of momentum, maybe put up a big number, like, whatever it is, get rolling on that, and then go into Tennessee, go into Nashville, and play some music on them kids. And come out with a win against the Titans. I think they go into the postseason with a lot of momentum, and I think that is really going to be the best case scenario for them. Yeah. Whatever happens is getting ahead of steam going to the playoffs, because I think they're going to need it.
I mean, so we talk about the Jaguars, their upcoming schedule. The Ravens, you could argue they got the toughest schedule upcoming in the whole league, because this week they go at the 49ers. Yeah. The 49ers are currently the number 1 seed in the NFC. That's going to be a fucking great game, dude. That's actually Christmas night.
I was about to say, that's on Christmas itself, dude.
What a fucking late gift for football fans everywhere, dude. That game's going to be amazing. Then they're home for the Dolphins. Now, that'll be a game that'll be interesting for the Dolphins, because it'll be cold in Baltimore at that point. So Mike McDaniel says he wants it colder, but his record in December and January would say otherwise. So we'll see. And then they finish the season out at home versus the Steelers. And Steelers, I mean, that's a division rivalry. Throw out everything. The Steelers could definitely beat them.
Steelers are also scratching. Mike Tomlin is scratching and clawing to stay above 500 and keep his record. So every game, I mean, literally every game, he is these last 3 weeks. Every game they have, he's going to be doing everthing he can to win, because that's one of the greatest records in coaching history, and I don't think he wants to lose
not. So, dude, I mean, the Ravens, they're 11-3 right now. They could realistically lose 2 of the next 3, maybe even go on a 3-game losing streak to end the year. I mean, and that would make them look drastically different heading into the playoffs. But if they win, if they go on the road and beat the 49ers, a team that has punked both the Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys, that would... Yeah. You could make a legit case that the Ravens are the best team in the NFL. Like, and the crazy thing is that no one's talking about them. No one, dude. I mean, I started off with that, but like, it really is, dude. Like, they are the most, in the worst way for other people, like, forgettable 1 seed. Like, they are. People are just. It's like they're not even gonna be in the playoff. It's like, what are you talking about, dude? This team will probably kick most of these guys' asses. I mean, dude. What are we talking about? Think about it. We know how wide open and how stacked the AFC is. The Ravens are the first team in the AFC to punch a playoff berth. That says something.
Yeah.
They're the only team in the AFC right now to have a playoff spot, like, secured, locked down,
guaranteed. So,
I think people really need to start talking about the Ravens more. Especially,
absolutely, man. No, they need to talk about the Ravens.
They can stay healthy. And I know they've started to get banged up here recently, but if they can stay relatively healthy going into the playoffs, they could beat anyone. I mean, who in the AFC could you realistically have a chance in beating them? Especially if they're at home?
I mean, I really think that Dolphins game is going to be a good test for them. I mean, obviously that's it, but really, I think they could grind the Chiefs. Like, they could just, run for, 200 yards and keep the ball away from Patrick Mahomes and probably walk out. They could probably walk out of Arrowhead with a win doing that.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Pretty confident. Like that Chiefs defense, they play great, but it's hard to get grinded out by the run game like these guys do. I really think the only reason, and the thing about the Dolphins, the reason why I give them a chance is just because of how explosive their offense is. It's like, the Dolphins' the Dolphins, if they win, I think what you will see is them just overmatching the Baltimore offense. I really think that's
fair.
Like if the Ravens defense can shut down some of that explosiveness out of them, like I think if the Ravens defense can keep, explosive plays from killing them, that offense will run down anyone. They will just grind you down and make you just hate playing the sport of football for an hour.
Very true, dude.
Like, yeah, like that's a legit. I mean, that's a legit thing. Especially when they have a very good offensive line too. So like, them big boys just get in front and hit you all game, and you're just like, by the end of it, you're like, I'm just done. I don't want to be hit anymore. So you start letting up plays like we just saw, like big runs. Like you just start getting chunk play after chunk play after chunk play in the run game, and now the team's got 250 on you in a fucking more than a touchdown lead.
And Riley,
like two touchdown lead.
There's nothing more demoralizing as a defense when you know they're gonna run it, they know they're gonna run it, and you still can't stop it.
Yeah, no, exactly.
It's the fucking worst. You're like,
you're like,
dude, like,
really?
Yeah.
We can't stop the run? Come on, guys. Because it's at that point, not being able to stop the run is literally just effort. Like it's just you can't get past that offensive line.
Yep.
That's it.
You just get physically overmatched and overpowered. Like, and that's really it.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
dude,
man.
I mean, the Ravens, people need to start putting some respect on the Ravens.
For sure. No, they need it. They need it, and they need it bad. And if you don't give it to them, they're going to take it. That's a fact. This team is rolling. Speaking of rolling, man, we're rolling right to 100 subs. And if you would like to be part of our journey to there, please like, comment, subscribe, all those great things. Tell us how you feel about the Ravens, man. Did you know how dangerous they were? Be honest. Did you realize that they were, 10-3, 11-3 now? Like, because it really, like, it feels like they don't get any respect to like ESPN, like the big brands. They talk about the Chiefs and the
Bills.
I don't know.
Dude, they suck the Bills off.
The Chiefs,
every
the
year.
Bills, the Dolphins. Yeah. But like the Ravens right now, they're look better than all of them, and you don't hear a peep about that. So let us know what you think, man. With that being said, though, we're gonna clean up and get out of here, y'all. Peace.